The TrekWorks YouTube channel is sponsored by HDA ModelWorks, suppliers of scale lighting products, detail accessory parts, and complete model kits. Visit HDAModelWorks.com today.
Hello once again, everybody. Boyd back with you. Well, just a quick update for you guys. I've been having a little bit of fun here, a little bit more work on the Quint shark fishing truck. I've been working on the back half here on the detail that I wanted to put into the bed, and having a lot of fun with this. I had in mind from the very beginning of this project that I wanted to add a couple objects in there that would more tie it into the the actual movie Jaws. And so I added the classic barrels that we saw them sticking on the shark when they were chasing it with the orca. I got the bucket of fish chum there. I've got some planks maybe to do some repair work on the orca, and then up here towards the front I've got a couple of Quint's trademark crushed beer cans, and classic fisherman's gaff there, kind of a vintage type looking gaff, and just some old beat up rope. But I had a lot of fun making all this stuff. It's all been made out of styrene and everything. It's actually all glued in place too, so it won't move or anything like that. So I can actually tip this upside down and everything will stay in there. So that worked out pretty good. Now, like a lot of you guys out there that do modeling, I collect a lot of. Anytime I see interesting shapes, or of course I save all my old model parts, and I have a massive pile of junk stuff. And I went through everything I had, and I couldn't find anything that I wanted to use exactly for the barrels, to get them the right size and everything. So I wound up just sculpting those out of clay, and I knew they didn't have to be perfect because they were all beat up anyway. So I did the best I could. I kind of rolled them out and got them fairly circular. Then I cut them, top and bottom to get the basic height, because I wanted to have them the right scale that they should be and all that. And then I took my flathead screwdriver and I kind of made these little indentations on the sides to kind of simulate that unique shape that they had. You can actually buy a one-to-one full-size prop replica of these things, believe it or not, online. I went to look for pictures of these things and I found them right away. They're about $200, but they're pretty cool. They got the little rope on them, and they've got a little flashing little beacon thing, the little strobe light that they had that they stuck on it in the movie. So it'd be kind of a cool prop if you're a Jaws fan. Take up a little room in your house, but it's pretty cool. But so I was able to have pretty good reference pictures, and then you can see that they're just painted yellow with a bunch of scuffs all over them. And they're actually black barrels that were painted yellow, so all the black you see on them is the paint chipping off and all that. So that worked out pretty good. You have to take this clay, and then once you get it shaped the way you want, you have to bake it. I think it was like 275 degrees for, took about a half an hour for these to bake, and then they were completely hard. After they were done, I took some little styrene strip and put it around the midsection there just to add a little bit of detail onto that. And so they came out pretty nice. Made little caps out of the clay too. So that all worked out pretty good. I knew I didn't want to have them just, standing in there. So I took this old chain that I had, and I made a couple little brackets, and kind of made them look like they're chained in place. Rusted it up a little bit. Up there at the front, you can see the beer cans from Quint, and those are just some sprue that I, grinded on and melted a little bit and made them crushed, and then just kind of looked at the particular kind of beer that he was drinking in the movie, and kind of simulated the little labels on them and stuff, just all hand painted that on. They didn't have to be perfect either because they're all crushed up, but one of the coolest things I think that turned out was the little bucket of fish chum here. That's just a piece of PVC pipe, and then I filled it up about 3/4 of the way with solar res. I had to put like a layer at a time until I got it deep enough, and then cure it. It would be hard to cure it if it was that deep, and that thick. But I put a little bit in the bottom, cured it, and then added a little bit more until I got about 3/4 of the way up. And then I to make the little bits of fish there, I just took some paper towel and wadded it up, and then brushed some glue on top of it so they wouldn't come undone, and then just kind of stuck them down in there, and took some Tamiya transparent red and just kind of bloodied it up a little bit. And it's kind of gross looking, but it's still pretty cool, because I mean, that was the whole Brody thing when he was shoveling the chum out of the back of the orca when he says we got to get a bigger boat. So that's kind of a little reference to him, and I thought maybe Quint might haul a bucket of that around once in a while on his way out to the boat or whatever. So that worked out pretty good. Got the little gaff there and everything. And that's just some wire that I bent and another piece of sprue that I made for the handle. Some pieces of styrene I cut out for planking for the Orca. And this really nice in-scale rope I found at Hobby Lobby a couple of weeks ago, using some of that for the Mad Max project. But it was kind of a white color, and I just took some ink and dirtied it up a little bit, and it turned out really nice. Everything is glued too, like it's all glued around the circle and the inner circle of it, so it can't uncoil or anything. And I can completely tip this upside down. Everything in this is all glued in place. So it all worked out pretty good. I just talked to my friend Cal Sweet, and he's got the Quint figure all done. He sent me a picture of it. It looks great. Can't wait to set him inside here. I'm going to be able to take the cab back off one more time. I'm going to have to... He made him so he's kind of bendable and posable, so I'll be able to hopefully get him in there and look like he's belongs and all that. I think it's going to work out pretty good. And then I can put the cab back down and finish all the, I got to hook up the radiator hoses and all that. And then Jerry's just about ready with my decals for the shark and all the other markings on this thing, and we'll be able to call that a wrap. So getting pretty close, but I just love, working on stuff like this and just coming up with an idea as far as what to put in there and everything. And at the same time, I didn't want to go too far and make it too cluttered and all that, but just a couple little things that, like I said, tie it into the movie a little bit better. So that was pretty cool. But over here, you can see what's coming up next, guys, is we've got the 1/1000 scale Discovery Enterprise back out in the shop here. I've got all my Aztec decals ready to go. I actually went ahead and sprayed some of my adhesion, or my decal bonding agent on top of this, because I heard stories that this decal set that comes with the kit was prone to dissolving and coming apart. So we won't have to worry about that. That's been drying for a couple days and all ready to go. So the next video you're going to see, I should have it up in the next day or two. Going to set the camera up on an overhead view looking down, and we'll go ahead and take you through the Aztec application process on this thing. This is the newer set, which has had all the mistakes on the instructions corrected. So we should be all set and ready to go. I can't wait to see how the ship looks with all that on there. Should be pretty cool. Okay, guys, well, that's about it. You guys will probably see one more look at the Quint truck here. I'm not sure when, maybe in a week or two when I get all the decals. And we're also doing kind of a cool little backdrop for it that gives it a little bit more jaws. And we'll have this one finish up. It's been a really fun little project so far. I really like doing stuff like that. So we'll catch you guys in the next video, coming back with the Discovery Enterprise Aztec decal job. See you with that in just a couple of days, guys. Take care and happy modeling, everyone.